Thank you, everyone, for joining us today, for taking a couple minutes out of your day. It shouldn't be too long of a demonstration, but today we are covering the InstaPIVOT tool, um, our exclusive InstaPIVOT tool, the short-term care underwriting tool that will help you determine the best solution for your clients, given state availability, health conditions, and even medications. And today I am joined by Manny Rosen. Um, do you want to say hello just to make sure we're
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Manny here. How you doing, Lynn?
good? Good. Okay, so we are all set on the sound. Okay, so what I will do first is explain where you are able to access the InstaPIVOT tool. So this is one of our newer tools and on our Golden Care agent website. The best way to reach it is actually just typing it directly in your browser's address bar. Once you are on the welcome page, if you hover over the tools menu, it is the very first option. This will take you to our agent corner, the login screen for the agent corner. And at this time, the agent corner includes things like the Stratecision tool, our InstaPIVOT tool, of course, consumer marketing pieces. It's a whole library of different things, as well as the LTC CEO Office Home and Internet Selling Toolkit. On this page, of course, you'll see the existing users login there. If you are brand new and you have not yet created an account, just continue scrolling down, complete the easy form, and it'll take you right in. So I will go ahead and log in. Once you're in, you'll see those 4 different tools or the 4 different options right there on your screen. And today we're covering the InstaPIVOT tool, so I'm going to go ahead and open that tool, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Manny Rosen. Perfect.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today we're going to be doing an in-depth overview of the new InstaPIVOT tool. We've been continually making updates to this, and we just want to review what we've updated and an overview of how it actually works and how it can help you pivot to different products to help more of your clients who are declined from long-term care or can't even submit an application. This is another route to go, some products to pivot to. So immediately across the top, you'll see all of the different carriers listed here. And then down the left-hand column, you'll see the different health conditions. This is just the raw data here. It seems very overwhelming. You can scroll through and see what health conditions are listed. And these health conditions and the wording is taken directly from these different products applications. So we make sure to cover our bases with that. To get a quick summary of how lenient the underwriting is, how powerful the products can be, you can click the Show Summary button, and that breaks you down to the summary, the number of potential yes coverage out of 45 total rows of health conditions herein. So the home healthcare products are the most lenient to get. You see True Freedom 44 out of 45, basically, unless you're already in receiving care, you can get that product. Same thing goes with the Manhattan Life. All the home healthcare products are pretty easy underwriting, if any underwriting at all, and very limited health questions. The short-term care is when it gets a little trickier. We have OmniFlex here, 33 out of 45 for the limited benefits, 20 out of 45 for full benefits. GTL's Critical Cast has some options. That's a critical illness base, so for covered conditions, you can receive care. And then we have our Aetna recovery, 10 out of 45, and the GTL recovery, which is 8 out of 45. So it's just a quick overview to show you or your clients the different products and their power. To get out of that, you click Clear All Filters, and it will reset you to the raw data. So when I come in here and I'm working for a client trying to see what products are best suited for them, the first thing I'm going to do is come over to the states filter. And I have a client in Georgia. So right as soon as I select Georgia, it'll immediately highlight the plans that are suitable, that are available in the state of Georgia. So that's your first check. So GTL, that's not going to be available in Georgia, so you wouldn't really need to worry about that with this client. The next step I do is I'll take the health conditions of the client and I'll go over to keywords. These are keywords for the health conditions. So you drop that down. It is in alphabetical order. You can scroll through to see what's listed. Sometimes the verbiage might be a little different. We tried to cover our bases with it to include everything, but we always miss, you can't cover everything. So you can scroll through, kind of see what's available, or you can just type in here for what you're looking for. So let's start out rheumatoid arthritis. Once you select that health condition, all other health conditions are going to disappear, and it's just going to show what's applicable for your client. So this one is it's an all-inclusive health condition here: Paget's disease, crippling skeletal disorder, rheumatoid arthritis, or other connective tissue disorders. So you can see here, green check mark symbolizes yes, with this condition you can submit an application. Notice the OmniFlex does accept rheumatoid arthritis and these other conditions, except for lupus on the full benefits. The NNGTL do not cover this condition. You can add as many health conditions as you need to, or as many as your client has. Another health condition that comes up: multiple sclerosis. Same thing here, you have a little bit more options. Doesn't really matter because we're in Georgia, but it shows which products will cover these conditions, and you can keep adding them in there. Some health conditions have so many different aspects to it. Say, for example, diabetes. See, it mentions diabetes here. If you just start typing in, it comes up with multiple different options. Diabetes has a lot of different issues with it. The main selection, diabetes, does include all of those other conditions. If you see on that drop down something that applies more so, kidney failure due to diabetes, you can select just that, but diabetes will pull up all of the health conditions that have to do with diabetes. So you look down here and you see it added a lot of different health conditions here. One of the big ones, diabetes with 50 plus units of insulin. I don't know of any long-term care carrier that will accept that, and most short-term care plans will not either. Our OmniFlex plan does allow that with the limited benefits plan. Another thing you might notice is the wording down below, below the green check marks or the red X. These, if you see a time period here, 10 years, so this is the look back period. Were you diagnosed within the last 10 years with this multiple sclerosis in this case? Some of the verbiage, some of the wording down below gives you a little bit more information, where this one says diabetes with 50 plus units of insulin. This one, the application does include or 3 or more oral medications and 1 injectable medication. That would be considered the same as 50 plus units of insulin for that specific policy, for that specific plan. Once you have your health conditions loaded in here, the next thing we've added is a medication check. Again, here, this is in alphabetical order. You can scroll through to look for something if you're not sure about the spelling, or you can start typing the medications. One medication we've had a couple of questions about, hydroxychloroquine. So you'll see there's the same medication is listed 3 times, but each one is for a different medical condition. I'm just going to go ahead and select all 3 of those, and you'll see down below it's populating the medication section in line with the products they apply to. So for hydroxychloroquine, for Rosen syndrome, it is accepted across the board with Aetna, with Manhattan Life, for home health care, for short-term care. But if it's hydroxychloroquine for systemic lupus, you cannot get the full benefits here, and you cannot get the Aetna recovery care plan. So when you're searching medications, be sure you're selecting the correct health condition that goes with that medication. Some medications are all inclusive for any condition, such as this one right here. Any condition that you're prescribed as medication for is not acceptable. For Aetna Home Care Plus, Manhattan Life does accept it, Aetna Recovery Care does not. If a medication is not listed in this medication list, that means it was not included in the carrier medication knockout list or limited benefit list. It wasn't mentioned. So your statins, your high blood pressure medications, a lot of those are not going to be listed. And even pain medications are most likely not going to be listed for these short-term care or home health care plans. But if you have any questions about a medication that's not listed, you can always call our office, and we're more than happy to help with a pre-qualification in that regard. So once you have your medications loaded into here, the next thing we want to do is make a presentation for our client. So there's a product filter up here at the top as well. So GTL, that's not available in Georgia. So we don't need to show that to them. And say I'm not set up to do any business for True Freedom. So what I like to do is I'll click this top box and it highlights all of them. And then I can remove the products that I do not want to show to my client. So I just took out the GTL critical cash and the True Freedom plan. So now it just shows the plans that I represent and the plans that I want to present to my client. Further than that, we wanted to make it possible for you to bring this presentation to your client, whether that be by email that you can review with them over the phone, or you can print it out and take it with you to do an in-home appointment. So to do that, we have a download button here. If you just click download, it's only going to download exactly what you see on the screen. But if you have more health conditions as we do that you have to scroll through to see, you're going to want to click download expanded results. I always select download expanded results, whether it's more than what I need or not, whether I need to scroll or not. It's just a good safeguard so nothing's missed when I do print it. Once that's checked, I'll click download, give it a second or two, and you'll see at the top it just downloaded this report. I'll open that up. And it opens in PDF form, and it's an exact screenshot of exactly what you want to show your client, the medications they're taking, what products accept those, and their health conditions. So then with this, you can just go through their health conditions and see which product will work best for them. So far as the underwriting guide, the medication list, and the application questions, we've combined all of those questions and resources into this one website for you to use to get that answer. So you're not jumping from underwriting guide to underwriting guide, checking the application for the questions. It's all in one place. If you ever have any questions or you get stuck, you don't remember how things work on this page, we've got a quick little help button up at the top right and gives a quick overview on how to use the different filters, how to clear filters, etc. And if you ever have any questions, you can either email marketing@goldencareusa.com, or you can always call our 800 number, 800-842-7799, and we are more than happy to help you. The latest development in this tool, we added this view additional info link. So once you've decided on a product for you and your client, you can click this view additional info, and we're trying to make this as seamless as possible to go from InstaPIVOT, seeing which product works, and then from here, once you've chosen your Manhattan Life Omniflex product, if you want to double check state availability, you can download that state availability map, double check that. We also have a link directly to the carrier quoting website. This one does require a login at the carrier level. So if you're not set up for that, you would need to register for the carrier portal to do that. And for this specific product, once you're in that quoting system on Manhattan Life Direct 2.0, it's very seamless to go from the quote to the e-app. We also have a link to the carrier site, consumer brochures. If you want to get a quick access to the most up-to-date brochure for your client, it's right there at the click of a button. The agent guide, If you want to check our oil on it, double check the medication list for these products. We've included the full medication guide as well that goes through, and you'll see how we got our responses that come up when you search for the medications in the tool. We have a quick underwriting tip sheet and a frequently asked questions guide. We wanted to make it as easy as possible to go from the sale into the application process once you chose the product. We're continually making updates to this tool. Like I said, it is still a work in progress, but so far I use this tool every day. We get lots of questions coming in with different health conditions and medications. And while I did used to go from underwriting guide to underwriting guide, I now have it in one place, and it's a one-stop shop. And we even just got feedback from some of the carriers that they want to possibly use our tool because it is so accurate and it's so powerful all in one place. So I hope you all like this and can use it to generate more sales and help more clients.
Definitely. I like the point that you brought up, that even carriers are commenting on its accuracy. Now we've devoted a lot of time to developing and keeping all of the information in this tool up to date. So again, it is meant exclusively for our appointed agents. If you do have an appointment and just haven't set up an account, this is a really good reason to set up an account to access our agent corner. If you have already accessed this tool, maybe just haven't gotten extremely familiar with it, it's definitely worth checking out. There's so much functionality here, and it really does make it just makes for an easy process determining what would be a good fit based on your client's specific circumstances. So
It
there
makes
is
for
a
an
question.
it makes for
Oh,
an
go ahead.
easy pivot.
Yes. Yep, just like the name implies.
Yes.
So I did want to point out there's a question that relates to the medications. Are you able to put in more than one medication?
Yes. So with the medications, there is a limit of 15. Since it opens up this new window here, we didn't want to take up too much room by adding more than 15 medications. So there is a limit of 15. And with health conditions, I believe there's an unlimited. I mean, it'll show just like it does when you first open the tool. That shows all the health conditions, but you can select as many health conditions as you want, and then up to 15 medications.
Nice. So something that I think I did learn it today. I when looking at the medications in the drop down, Manny had pointed out to me earlier that if I did not remember what medication somebody was taking, but I knew that it was being taken for Parkinson's, he taught me a secret search tip that you can
Thanks.
actually type the word Parkinson's in there in the medication dropdown, and all of those medications that are populated into this tool based on all of these different carriers' underwriting knockout lists and different things, their underwriting guides, it will actually go through and list several. So it may help jog your client's memory if they're struggling to remember what specific medication they're on. I thought that was really, really handy.
And it works for any condition, cancer, you start typing it in and it'll come up for, it'll show you by health condition as you start typing it in. Cancer. And this is going to show you all the different cancer drugs that are tied to cancer. So yeah, that is a very quick, handy tool. If you don't remember exactly, if your client doesn't remember the medication, they didn't bring them with them, they don't have a list of them, whatever the reason may be, you can kind of go through and see if that health condition has a medication listed on the knockout drug list. So thanks for pointing that out, Lynn.
Mhm. And of course, Manny, you did point it out earlier, or you did mention it earlier. This is not going to include every medication. If there are medications that are not showing up, it's likely because a person taking that would have no bearing on the overall underwriting decision. You'd mentioned statins, high blood pressure medication. Most of those are a non-issue when it comes to underwriting for short-term care plans, even less so when it comes to the standalone home health care plans. And like those pain medications he mentioned earlier, where it's an issue with traditional long-term care insurance policies, many of those won't be a concern when it comes to short-term care insurance underwriting. So if it's not there, you can feel relatively sure that it's not going to be an issue. But of course, like Manny said, check our oil. If it's something that you're just not sure of or it just doesn't sit quite right, you can always call and double check with us. If it's something that even we don't know, we have inlets with all of the different underwriting teams at these carriers. So if it's a very unique client situation, we can help you get the right answers.
And not only that, we do also include under the additional information for the different products, we do, if there is a medication list that comes with that product, we'll include it. So this one I showed you Omniflex before. This one's for Aetna Home Care Plus. We do have their medication list that you can see in full. So we make it easy for you to go back and see, is this result shown accurately? And you can just double check for your own peace of mind directly from the carrier provided drug list if that condition or if that medication is accepted or not, and get a little bit more detail if you need it.
Yeah, and it was good that you opened up the Aetna additional information. Not every carrier is going to have so many links. When it comes to products, I'll pick on True Freedom. You know, they don't have a medication knockout list. They don't have, an extensive agent guide. We do include whatever pertinent links we feel would be most appropriate. And Manny did have the Omniflex open earlier. A really powerful thing is once you've gone and determined which of these short-term care products are a good fit for your client, the link to the carrier website is often where the quoting system and or e-application is found. So you can do all of this within one client meeting. I run into agents quite a bit where it's a one meeting close. Not everyone does that, but this will make it even easier for you to go determine which plan is going to be a good fit. And as long as all of your licensing or your sorting based on which plans you're licensed to sell, you'll be able to access those carrier portals, log in, and then just go through the quote, give pricing right there during your client meeting. And if the client is willing, just go ahead, move right into the enrollment process.
And like Lynn was just saying, how we try to provide whatever we think is useful. Another little useful tool under the Omniflex plan, we included this Excel rate calculator. Say if you need to go somewhere in a rural part of town and you don't have any internet connection, you could download this Excel rate calculator. I wasn't ready for that.
So,
Open it
yeah,
up, download it to your computer, and you have the Omniflex rates right there with you. So that's just an example of how, if we find a tool that we think will help our agents make more sales and help more clients, we're going to provide it here. And here's our Excel tool in order to get an offline quote for Manhattan Life's Omniflex. So anything we feel that's going to help our agents, we will provide you. And if you have any requests or see any issues or need anything at all, like I said before, you can always email marketing@goldencareusa.com or give us a call at 1-800-842-7799. And we are more than happy to help everybody.
perfect. So we do have someone typed in a question. If no meds or health conditions apply to a prospect, how does this tool act as a product availability tool based on which state the prospect lives? So that goes back to that
So
state dropdown.
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and clear all filters on here to get rid of the medications and the health conditions. So this is, for example, we're starting a new client now. We can get rid of everything. If you don't want to get rid of everything, I don't think I covered this earlier. You can clear specific filters individually. and it resets them individually. But if you have a new client and you just need to reset the whole tool, clear all filters, and it goes back to the original right when you log in. Yes, from here, you can use this as a state availability. So say Iowa. Iowa has everything available there. Let's
Perfect.
do California.
I don't think, oh, True Freedom. Yep.
True Freedom. Yeah, it comes through on True Freedom in California. So yes, you can use this as a state availability guide. And also, if you already know which product you want to write, you're just wondering about the state availability, either you can use the drop down or you can select view additional info, and we have our state availability maps that will download for you and show you which states the product is available in. And you can download those if you want as well.
So one last little bit. We are keeping it right to a half hour, so we're doing well on time. But there is one last little bit that I do want to mention. For those of you with your finger to the pulse, you may have heard a little bit of information about a brand new short-term care insurance policy launching in the LTC space actually over this weekend. There's a brand new short-term care policy. It is with Wellaby, underwritten by Medico. That name should ring a couple bells, but they are launching their brand new essential care short-term care policy on August 19th. And I do want to let you know, we continue to make enhancements to this tool. We are making very, very exciting strides. And since that new product will be launching this weekend, we anticipate having that new product available in this InstaPIVOT tool in the coming week. So again, if you have been using the tool, you might be seeing some brand new things in the next week or so.
Yes, very exciting. We're looking forward to that. Just have another option to help more clients with different health conditions. Each product seems to have its own little niche and caveats on where it works best. So as many products as we can
Absolutely.
offer, it's as many more clients we can help.
Absolutely. So I just want to thank everyone for taking the time today. We hope you see the value and the strength of this tool. We keep referring to it as a powerful tool. We hope you agree. Go ahead and check it out on our Golden Care Agent website. Thank you, Manny, for the demo and walking through this. And of course, if anybody has any questions or needs help gaining access to it, definitely give our office a call. You can reach us at 1-800-842-7799. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Golden Care is always here to serve you with new tools, new products, new ideas, and new innovations, and always the best support in the business to help you succeed. So give us a call at 800-842-7799 and check out our website at www.goldencareagent.com.